Hello. I was just at the Bitcoin AI Genius Summit, and a billionaire gave us some advice. He was asked if you could give one advice to the entrepreneurs here in the room, what would it be? Hello, I am your host, Dasha. If you want to know the answer to this, I will share it in this video. But before I dive into it, I just want to welcome you in because it is the episode of the relaunch. And of course, I'm wearing the iconic dress, and I'm so excited to welcome you in. And just to set the scene, I want to share my intention for the next 30 days because every single day there will be a YouTube video drop. And there won't be a short 90-second BS. They will be between 7 minutes to an hour because I love to channel. I love to create experiences where I can just sit down and it feels like we're sitting and having a coffee. Yeah, like you're drinking. I don't have my juice right now. I should get it. You're drinking a drink. I'm drinking my drink, and we're having the best time. I love storytelling. I have been over 55 countries. I'm going to be weaving all the magic of my transformation, how I went from glorified poverty, living in a tent, traveling as a backpacker, to now living in luxury villas, attending retreats and conferences all over the world. And I have built a six-figure business from joy, from pleasure, from magic intuition, and divine aligned action. So I will be letting you into this magical world. I run a mystery school where I help unlock people's superhuman abilities so then they can operate their life from the flow state, from alignment, so they can magic through the world rather than human. Yeah. And we're not just going to run away to some commune. I actually teach you skills to thrive in everyday life, whether you're climbing the business ladder or the corporate ladder, or you have your own business. Yeah. I also call myself a vision doula. So I help with the birthing of your mission, purpose, and movement into the world. And I help you amplify it with magic, right? So we dive into the 20-80. So 20 effort, 80 reward. Most of humanity is operating on 20 effort, 80 effort, 20 reward, right? And as you notice, I just made a mistake and I didn't get it edited out because I'm human and this is part of it. I'm going to show you how to live like a freaking human, how to love every part of you without having to cut, edit, reject, hate, shame yourself, like re-record. My biggest advice to you is just do it. I know I just met Stephen Bennett, yeah, the guy, the host of the Diary of CEO. And I'm going to share some advice that he gave from the conference. I'm going to give you like so much. I have so much to share in this video. And I felt like it would be the great, like grand opening for this portal. But his advice was to just fail as much as you can and experiment, right? And what I got was like, fuck, he started his podcast when I started my podcast, but the difference was I gave up. Also, the main guy started the same business of map drawing cards, and he sold it and gave up. And the other guy, he sold it to another company for 300 million and then invested in another company and sold it and then invested in PayPal and sold it and then invested in Tesla and SpaceX. So it's funny, yeah, when we have those like matching of people that like shoot through the roof. It's like, oh fuck, I was doing the same thing. If only I just continued instead of giving up, right? Same thing with this YouTube channel. I've been procrastinating it for so freaking long, but I'm finally doing it. And that is my advice to you. Just do it. Do it imperfect, because if you wait for perfection never comes, right? And nothing happens, right? And this is our worst kryptonite, is judging, shaming others. Why don't we look for the best in others, and then it helps us to thrive? Yeah. All right. So there's so much I want to cover. So I want to share my screen, and this is like kind of crazy. I won't be doing this very often, but I want to talk to you through this incredible wealth entrepreneur level. And I hope you see it. So we're going to go through each level. There's the victim, the survivor, the worker, the player, the performer, the conductor, the trustee, the composer, the legend. Yeah. And I want to share this because this was my biggest takeaway from the conference. There were so many more, and don't worry, I'll be getting to the billionaire idea soon. Also, before I dive into this, please comment, like, share, subscribe, and be in the comments. Like, I want to feel you. I want to hear you. I want to hear your biggest takeaways, your ahas. My intention with this YouTube channel is to build community, to help you not feel so lonely, to help you feel inspired, to amplify your movement, to amplify your action, for you to, instead of binging Netflix, binging this, instead of binging Netflix and feeling drained and numb, you're like, whoa, supercharged, because I will be giving you information for the mind, but also transmission for your energy field. So after, you might be like buzzing, like, what the hell is even happening? You can even watch these on mute and you will feel something, right? So please comment, share, be part of the community, engage, love to hear from you. I want to give you as much value as possible. So feel free to make requests like, hey, I want to know more about this and that and that. And we have so many videos to come and I'm so freaking excited. All right, so let's dive into each of them. So we have and this is really, really important because, okay, let me just come back. Because the work I do, I was kind of like, does this even work? Like, it's worked for me. I'm fully embodied. It works for my clients, but there's so many people that don't believe in it. And I work with the premise your beliefs create your reality, right? So whatever you believe happens, right? And if you don't believe it, then that will be the reality. But over the weekend, it wasn't the weekend, it was past few days, I went to this conference surrounded by incredible people. Like, oh my God, let me tell you. So this YouTube channel is going to cover everything. It's really behind the scenes of my life, how I live fully alive, how I integrate my mission, purpose, my business, like dating, just exploring. I've been to over 55 countries and I just love freedom. Freedom is my highest value. But now I've achieved all my goals. Like, I'm financially independent. I can be wherever I want, do whatever I want. Then I wanted to retreat hop and I did that. And now I want to invest in property. I want to invest. So I'm going to new places. I am ready for my husband and I'm starting to hang out where my husband would hang out, like, because I want someone with similar values. So last night I was breaking my brain because recently I've just been meeting men in their 40s plus who are successful, who are on my frequency. And I'm 32. I just turned 32 and I decided I actually want someone my age. Like, I am peaking. My body, I feel healthier than ever, sexier than ever, and I don't want to settle. And there'll be a video coming on settling, and watch it, because the one thing that pops you out of alignment more than anything is settling, because that is not your truth. And there was actually a crazy, oh my God, there's so many stories. So I will be making lots of videos. So keep tuning in about this conference, but I'm going to stay on track. So I'm like, okay, I need to talk to all these successful young men because I want to change my reality. Like, I wanted to see Stephen Bannett, I might be butchering his name, the Diary of CEO Man host, because he became a millionaire at 22. And I'm like, yeah, that's my future husband, someone that became a millionaire young. Like, for me, I started self-development 16, so I need the person to be on that frequency. And so I wanted to network with men and see what they're up to and what they're creating, to just like my brain. And get this. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing until I'm actually going to talk about that. I was talking to this one guy and he has some like software thing, and he was telling me, and I was sharing my thing. He's like, yo, that guy's 20 years old. And oh no, didn't say how old he was. He was like, that guy is under 25. No, that guy, he didn't say his age, right? I've like butchered it. I ruined the surprise, but whatever. He didn't say his age. And he points at this guy and he's like, he's a property developer in Bali. I look at this kid and I already looked at this kid. I was like, what the hell is this kid doing here? Like, kid. I was like, this guy looks so young. Like, so I usher him in and we start talking. He's like, did he tell you how old I am? Because I'm like, how old are you? And I was like, no, he didn't. He's like, guess, guess. And I was like, oh, I don't know, like 22. He's like, less. I was like, okay, 18. He's like, more, in the middle. I was like, 20. Holy shit. Right. So I'm like, yo, dude, can you come and speak with me, please? I really want to hear your story. So I wanted to know if his parents were like entrepreneurs, and they weren't. I was like, how the hell? Like, how? So his dad was in sales and he was in sales. He was managing teams at 17 and 18. And he came to Bali. It was the first time he saw his mom happy. And he was looking in the mirror. I was like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? He had midlife crisis at 17. I'm like, you're a star child. Holy shit. And I was just so fascinated by him. Like, even now sharing the story, I have goosebumps because, and then he was like, yeah, so I found my first investor, which was my dad's friend. And then I went to match the investment. And I was like, how did you do it? And he was like, I'm like, how did you find the people? And he was like, yeah, just go to fancy restaurants, fancy things. I'm like, how would you start conversations? Like, oh, just walk by and compliment their suit or their watch. Or I literally started crying. I started crying. And I was so moved. I was so moved by this man, his courage, his ambition. It's like exactly what I'm looking for in my husband, in men, and I talk about this a lot because men have lost their drive. They're giving their power away to addictions of gaming and porn because they no longer feel the warrior energy, the provider energy, and this guy's from the Netherlands. So I told him the story, like, why I'm crying. Because I'm so moved. I'm like, oh my God, I'm seeing that like what I want is possible. I'm seeing what I want is possible and that I'm not wanting too much. And he like confirmed it that you're not. It's not. But the world is telling me otherwise. Not with their words, but also with their words. The amount of people that tell me when I tell them my like desire for my husband, they tell me, why would he, wouldn't everyone want him? Like, why would he choose you? Right? And I'm like, because like I'm me, I've done so much work and I'm not, whatever. Right? But it's not even their comment, right? It's the world, the way they settle and the way they show you that it's not possible because everyone gives up. And then the ones that succeed, everyone says, oh, well, they're lucky, or they're just, this is what's meant, It's like, but it's not the truth. The truth is you can have everything you want. You just don't settle. And that's what I've lived and experienced. And my hardest thing has been money and men, right? And this year I want to hit $1 million, and it is the craziest thing, and I'm gonna take you behind the scenes of how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking do it. I know, because I have done so much money work and I understand the energetics and I get it, and the only person that's blocking me is me, and the only person that blocks you is you. The universe wants you to have everything you want, but when it gives it to you, you say, I'm not ready, it's not for me, I want this, like, not right now, I can't afford it, I don't have the time. And then you can stay in your victimhood and just be like, yeah, there, I don't get to have the thing I want. I don't get to have the thing I want. Only they do. And then you give yourself the out, not to try, not to show up, not to test, not to fail. You make failure mean the end, but the failure is just the start. It's like when you were a little kid trying to walk. You didn't get up and walk. You fell and you got up. You fell and you crawled before you could walk, but you did it. You fucking did it. I don't even know why I'm crying. I just feel so overwhelmed by the bigness of this conversation and this channel and my life and this work and my belief in humanity. There's so much magic happening in the world. It's like there was a speaker that said like we can end world hunger with like, I don't know, 200 billion. And the food industry is like 7 trillion. No, hunger million, and food industry is like 7.8 billion, right? So, and their concept is but buy one, give one. So, like for every thing you do, you just give back, and it's possible, right? Anyway, all right, let's continue. What the hell? This is a crazy, unexpected thing. And there's a part of me, I just went to get a tissue. I'm like, oh my God, men are gonna not want to watch this. People are gonna think crazy. And no, I'm just human. And I'm deeply passionate about everything I do and deeply moved by that man at 20 who's doing that. I've never met someone so inspiring at such a young age and so kind and grounded and just sweet. Like, I don't know. I was just blown away. Then I met like his friend, I don't know how old he was, also young, has like a social media marketing agency. His other friend, I was like, my brain is breaking. Also kind of young, and he's created a way for Bitcoin, like tax-free Bitcoin. Like, so I spoke to him about that as well. Just like it was just so many crazy things, right? There was just like it was just showing me. It was just like that one time when I had my a lunch with this woman that totally showed me how I can hit my million this year. And it broke my brain. And this is what I'm talking about. It like you want the thing, the universe shows you, and then it's like, okay, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? How far are you willing to go? And how good are you willing to have it? That is the question. And this is why I'm about to show you what I'm about to show you, because again, it broke my freaking brain. Are you ready? Okay, let's go. All right. So you got the spectrum, right? Victim, survivor, worker, player, performer, conductor, trustee, composer, legend. So let's break it all down, right? And see, where do you think you are? And if you want, comment genius below and I'll send you my affiliate link for you to do this test for free. Okay. So we have victim falls deeper in debt month after month. Infrared comes from separation. The steps out come from discipline and duty. You can fix, you need to fix the plumbing before filling the pipe and setting up the habit of paying yourself first. Yeah, so this is like leaks, 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 leaks. Survivor. Make just enough money to have nothing. You may even have a successful business, but if you are just surviving personally, every business problem becomes a personal problem, which means you are your business's greatest liability. Worker. Orange is someone who works for living, whether you are in a job or self-employed. When you are orange, you have to work hard to earn a living and you don't know how to multiply your income. An orange world is about action and not attraction. Most people are here. Yeah, entrepreneurs. All the other people working are in victim. Yeah. Yellow, player, is empowered to forge your own journey. You know how to create value, leverage it, and make money in your niche. We can say business as well. You don't need to have a niche, but that's a video for another day. You have created a level of freedom, but your earnings are limited as you, and your enterprise still relies on you more than others to keep things flowing, right? So this is where I was. And a lot of you are here who do not have staff. I literally just hired staff and I'm here and I get it, right? So, and here you just like don't have the trust. In yellow, you just do not have the trust. You think you need to be doing everything, or you don't trust you have enough cash. Green enables enterprises. Leading a team profitably is entirely different from self-employment, but the rewards are exponential. While yellow works from outside in, green works inside out, leading to higher performance teams and enterprise. Right? So then I'll give you an example of what happened the other day, or even at the conference. I was at the conference, I wasn't working, but my business was running. The other day when I first hired my VA, I was just sitting, not doing anything. And I was like, holy fuck, my business is still running. And I don't have to do anything. And in that moment, I was like, I'm hiring more team because this is the ultimate freedom. What was I doing before? Just not doing anything, I have a very freedom lifestyle, but now it's like, okay, what if I just keep having the freedom and my business is still running? What are the systems? And we're putting the best systems in place. But the thing is, you have to change an identity at each level. And this is the thing that broke my brain. Blue frees you entirely from having your hands full. Blue level has multiple investments and has mastered both cash and capital. Blue speaks an entirely different language, focus, and set of measures with multiple teams of income, right? So this actually doesn't describe it how he described it in the seminar. And we're going to look at I'm going to share in Money Magic, my course that you can still sneak in with just in module 1, actually what I learned around investments. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just speaking from personal experience. And that's something that I'll just put into the private channel. But what this level is, it's not about you making the money. It's about you having the credibility or just the pitch to find investors. And that broke my brain because I realized, holy shit, I just can quantum leap. So my end result goal was retreat centers all over the world. And I felt like I had to get my business to somewhere to be able to afford that. And that showed me that no, I just need to change my identity and find the investors without, I don't need to make the money. I can just find investors. I can have what I want right now. And that broke my brain. And then I was like, I had like, wait, what the fuck? Do I even want that? Is that something that I even want? Holy shit. Holy shit. Yeah, I know. Crazy. So yeah. Okay, let's continue. And then we have Indigo, the playground of a billionaire. When you have mastered the enterprise prism, trust becomes your greatest asset and one that you can monetize in magical ways. Understand this level, and you will see the world's wealthy through a new lens. Violet prints our currency, sets our taxes, and scripts the tunes we dance to. Until recently, the domain of nations, more entrepreneurs, leaders, and communities are now stepping into the role of a composer and rewriting rules by which the rest of us play, thanks to Bitcoin and other things like that. Those are the ultraviolet symbols to live by, the legends on the map. Their names become synonymous with their composition, and they're left as a legacy. This new level has a frequency that lasts over generation, and the rise and fall of nation. So, boom, fucking crazy, right? So where are you on that? Common Genius, and I'll send you the link to actually take the test. There's so much I want to share, guys. There's so much I want to share, but I feel like I'm already talking for so long. But I also want this to be in the new video because all the other things are already pre-recorded, and I want to share some of these things, and then I'm going to add some other things later. So biggest lessons from this AI summit, Bitcoin summit, is environment and community and how like proximity is power. Yeah. I also want to talk about energetics and belief and money magic and miracle because I had 11 people in my money magic and I was doing some manifestation, which I teach in my mystery school. And I was sitting with, well, what have I given up on? And I gave up on a 50K launch, right? Because I'm like, how the fuck am I going to get 50 people into money magic? I don't see that happening. And then I was like, okay, what if I don't give up on that, right? And what happened was I had two one-on-one sales calls booked in one day, and I was about to have a 50K launch that showed me like, oh fuck, that's easy. Holy shit, that's easy. But I actually wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. I was so dissociated from that that I pushed it away. And I've done it a few times, and you'll see it in the videos. But that just shows me like, oh wow, okay, let's change my frequency and vibration, and then it will all just come when I feel ready, when I'm not stuck in this scarcity loop, and where I actually open, I realize I need to open my field to hold more. And so I went from 11, I have 11, right? And I was like, just didn't see how the hell it would be possible to even hit 20, right? Like it's just so far. We're welcome week has started. Blah, blah, blah. Guess how many people we're at now? I think we're like 17 or 18 participants. And now I'm like only two away from 20. Holy shit, how did that even happen? And it was energetics. It was coming out of lack, like this not going to happen, to what, if anything, is possible. Gratitude, amplification. This thing is so awesome. Speaking from my power, rather the energetics of my power, speaking to people's power, speaking from story, channeling, coming into like, what do they need to hear? What's for their highest good to hear, rather than avoiding, running away. And let me tell you, I did have the self sabotage, and I did have the energetic, like, but we work through that. And I know that money magic has been working through me because it's a portal, it's something I've channeled. And it was interesting to see people's behavior. Yeah. That people that are doing incredible things and people that are making a lot of money, they're still in scarcity because I haven't healed their money trauma. Like one thing that really was, one of the people I was having dinner with, they suggested that we get up and leave and not pay. It was such a like energetic, like misalignment. I was like, oh, I need to walk away from this conversation now and these people. Right. And like looking at prices and being like, whoa, this is so expensive. And I was surprised, right? Because it's like, wow, like you're moving so much money, you have so much money, but you don't have that safety and security in it. And this is where money magic comes in, where we do that inner work for you to actually feel really secure with the amount of money you have, and also open your field to receive more, to hold more, to invest more, to just move through the different identities of the scale, right? Okay. So let me complete now this video. So if you've liked it with the billionaire's advice, yeah. So if you like this video, please comment, like, share. Biggest takeaway below. Um, Tomorrow will be a new video. They come out 7 a.m. every single day, Bali time. So it might be evening for you, it might be morning for you. I invite you to enjoy it, binge it. You will see there are previous videos of little Dasha doing the channel. So if you want to binge them, you can. I have clients that watch those videos and love it. But they're coming. Yeah, the 30 days are coming. Oh yeah, billionaire's advice. All right, so his advice was to play, to play, to play, to have fun and play. So I leave you on that. And thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I love you. I'm so excited to go on this journey. And yeah, see you tomorrow. Big love. Bye.